how does it make us more positive, more progressive, and moving forward.
All right, don't go. So stay right there. Okay, what we're gonna do right now is every one of your stages we're gonna do some housekeeping quickly, all right? First thing, everybody put your phones on silent. Please take your phones out, put them on silent, switch them off if you have to, if you don't really want to talk to anybody. We don't want any talks being interrupted, and we don't want any of your time being wasted as well while you're trying to listen. So thank you very much for that. The second thing is, if you need a bathroom, the men's bathroom is as you go out here to your left, you just walk all the way straight and you get the men's bathroom. On the opposite side is where you will get the women's bathroom. As you get out, you're first looking up, you will see the pull-up banners for your Blink stage. On the opposite end is where you will get Beat Trust, which is where the workshops will be happening. So this is your main stage. This is the Merchant Kura stage. So if you look at the schedule, you'll be able to follow where everybody's supposed to be. Now, I am one of your MCs. As I said, my name is Oken. I'm from Namibia. I am apparently the head MC. Job is your other MC. Can I have the other MCs please come to stage so they can introduce themselves to you? And you can know what they look like. Please, can you give me a round of applause for these wonderful people?
Good morning, guys. My name is Tyron Momberg. Nice to be here. Nice to see all of you. I'm literally a Bitcoin pleb from the Cape Town community over here. I also founded Bitcoin Lagoon, a small circular economy. When I say founded, it literally means I just found the X handle at the moment. We're still busy building. That's why we're here. I'm also a little interesting fact about me. I've also been the host for the first ever Bitcoin paddle tournament. You know, the sport paddle with tennis and squash. We did that last year as part of the conference. One or two of our speakers last year was actually one of the participants. Yeah, lucky to be here. Someone suggested I be MC for the conference this year. Here we are. Let's go.
Hello everyone, I am Vanya Vega. I am a Jewish Bitcoiner and I was one of the first ones actually on the ground for Bitcoin Berlin all the way back in El Salvador, so that's my background. I'm really happy to be here with all of you. If you need anything from me, please let me know. I will do anything to help you make your experience more pleasant.
Hi everyone, I'm Alma Lubowski. I'm just an Bitcoin enthusiast and Oken's bouncer. So I look scary, but guys, I'm here to help. So I'll try and organize anything that you need. So that's all I'm here for at the moment. I'm an MC. I'm helping out and making sure that you guys have an amazing experience at this conference. I mentioned before was a Bitcoin Circular Economy Summit. Great yesterday. Awesome. I met some of the people. The cocktail party, I think, went really well. So look at your side events as well in terms of where you want to go and where you want to be. It's going to be a great conference, and we're here to help.
Lekker man, let's fix some money. Hey, we're here to fix the money. We're not here to make money. We're here to fix the money. Let's do it. The rest comes on its own. Let's go. Thanks, boys.
So, we do have one more MC. He's not currently in the building, but what I will be doing now is two things. Can I ask everybody to move from the back towards the front, just so that when we have everything on video, it doesn't look like the front is completely empty and you guys are trying to run away. So if you could move closer to the front of, then people can slide in at the back easier and don't have to walk past you. What we will be doing is when you're all the speakers, please do know that the first 6 chairs are reserved for speakers, so that it's easier for them to get to the stage. Your MCs will be sitting in the other 2 slots. I would now like to introduce, well, I'm not going to introduce them, they're going to introduce themselves, but the guys, why we are here, the people that actually took the effort, took the time, you know, the stress, you know, arguments, to be able to make this a reality. The Adopting Bitcoin Cape Town conference would not exist without these 2 individuals every year saying, you know what, we'll do the pain again. So can I please have, please help me welcome to the stage, Hermann and KG.
So yeah, hello everyone. I think it's wrong to say the two guys because technically there's one more guy there who's sticking his head out called Max, right? Who's actually, this year's champion, right? And So to start it off, I have a few things to say, but not too much. First things first is thank you, and thank you very much for coming through. I used to do some poetry, live performance things back in the day, and there's this show called Word and Sound in Johannesburg. And basically at the start of the show, we have to acknowledge that we all come from different spaces. We're all in a different mood. We all have different emotions. But since we're all here together, we have to be in the same wavelength, right? So they do something called an energy exercise. And it's quite simple. You started off by clapping and clapping real slow. So we started here. Whoever wants to start the slow clap can do it. Slow clap. Cool. All right. And then we raise it up a bit. And then we go up. Take it higher. Make some noise! Stamp your feet! No, nobody stamped them? Okay, cool. So I guess we don't stamp feet in the Bitcoin space, but So that's the energy exercise, and I hope for the next day or two, and well, it's a whole week because we're gonna go on the road trip later. Everyone is just sharing good vibes, good energy, great information. If it's your first time at a Bitcoin conference, basically feel free to talk to anyone in this room about anything, even another person who's here for the first time, because I generally feel like Bitcoin has a way of attracting great people, and thank you, and I think that's about it from my side, Herman. You'll handle more formal things than I'm currently
More
talking
formal.
about. Yeah, cool. Sharp.
How's it? Good morning. First of all, also just want to say thank you. Thank you to all of you guys. Conference wouldn't be what it is without people here. It'd be very weird for me to stand here and talk to an empty room. And thank you very much to the other people that made this conference possible, especially Max. Max is definitely the most important person. If we ever end up at an organizers meeting and Max doesn't show up, we don't know what the hell we're doing. It happened once where he had some issues and he ran late for 10 minutes. And for the first 10 minutes of that meeting, we sat there looking at each other, don't know what the hell, what are we doing? So Max really is the guy that pulls everything together. But yes, it was as a result of myself and KG coming back from El Salvador in 2022 and the experience at that Adopting Bitcoin conference that really motivated us to get this one going. And the fantastic experience about that conference was we also gathered in a nice air-conditioned room like this one. Everybody looked great. Everybody had their nicest clothes on. You know, if you wear makeup, you had makeup on. And we were there at the conference. Everybody's talking about these great ideas. And then what the conference did was, on the third day, they put everybody on a bus and they drove down, and I mean literally down, because San Salvador is quite elevated, and so it's nice and cool. You know, in the evenings you can wear a bit of a blazer if you want to. They drove everybody down to El Zonte, and it was hot as a sauna, and everybody stopped pretending that they're trying to look nice because everybody was dripping with sweat. And the entire conference was there, and it was great because I got the feeling of like, well, this is what a conference should be all about. A conference should, there's no point us sitting here talking to each other about nice ideas if out there's not much happening. I mean, what's the point, right? So that inspired me to say, well, that's the kind of conference I would like to do. I would like to have a conference that brings reality here and then take people from here out to reality. So with that, there's a couple of things that you guys might not be aware of that's happening around the conference, which I'm particularly proud of. We've been doing the road trip for 3 years running. This year we made that way more professional, and it's sold out. We're fully booked for the road trip. That's I think 26 or 27 people going on a road trip after the conference to see real-life adoption, circular economies, including Kgothatso, which is the project we run, and a bunch of other circular economies, because there's a hell of a lot of real adoption happening in South Africa. We also had the first Circular Economy Summit yesterday, which was great. We had a lot of people on stage talking about their projects, people that wouldn't normally end up on a stage, but we gave them the opportunity to come and talk about their projects. So that was fantastic, and we'll definitely do that again. Other than that, yeah, I mean, it's been a tough year. We don't have the number of people sitting here that we had last year, but we have more people sitting here than we did the first year. So it's kind of like Bitcoin, I guess. 5 steps forward, 3 steps back. 5 steps forward, 3 steps back. And if we can keep that up, I believe we're going in the right direction. There's a few things I'm very excited about at this particular conference. We're going to have a talk by what I think is one of the most exciting Bitcoin companies in the world, Money Badger. They've had a massive year, and it's yeah, they've done some very, very, very real things. I mean, it is the most incredible experience to walk out to any one of a number of shops and just pay with Bitcoin, and the people behind the counter have no idea that you're paying with Bitcoin, and they don't have to change anything on their POS systems. They don't need any extra training, but I can live on a Bitcoin standard. I don't need to hold fiat. They've had a really, really big year, so I'm really looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward to a debate that we're having around privacy and the institutionalization of Bitcoin, because that's personally one of the things I'm a little worried about. I understand that Bitcoin is going to become institutionalized, but I'm not sure we should lead. I'm not sure we should let the people who do the institutionalization lead that effort. I think we should have a say from a grassroots perspective on how that happens. It's inevitable, I guess, but we can perhaps direct the direction. And the other thing is, I'm really excited about the number of circular economies we have here at the conference, and I'll be talking about that tomorrow. As far as I'm concerned, circular economies are not the most important thing about Bitcoin, but they are where the rubber meets the road when it comes to adoption. It's one of the most effective ways I've seen of introducing people to what it is that it's all about, is take them out to a circular economy project, show them how people are earning in Bitcoin, saving in Bitcoin, spending in Bitcoin, and using it as everyday money. Without the need for stablecoins or intermediaries or anything like that, it's just peer-to-peer value exchange. So I'm very excited. There's a bunch of circular economy projects here. I'm obviously not going to ask all of them to introduce themselves now. We did that yesterday, but you'll meet some of them. And if you go to the Bitcoin Ikasi booth, you can ask people there to point them out to you if you want to. These are really people that are worth talking to, and they're working on the grassroots level. You can't go much further down towards the grassroots than that. That's as grassroots level as it comes. Other than that, the only other person I really want to thank is my wife, who's sitting in the back. She's tolerated. Yeah, I mean, we'll obviously thank you to the sponsors and everyone else. There's a whole bunch of people. But the MCs will be doing those thank yous throughout the course of the day. I just want to say thank you to my wife. She's tolerated my obsession for many, many years, and we're still together, and our kids are still alive. And for anybody that's ever raised kids, you know that every year you think it can't become more difficult, and then the next year it does become more difficult. And that's what this year has been. Previous years have been as difficult as I can possibly imagine, and then this last year just became more difficult. So without her, none of this would be possible. Other than that, enjoy the conference. Hope to see you all here for the entire day and tomorrow. I know these are long days, but there's a lot of value here. And thanks again for your presence. Thank you.